Hey everyone, I wanted to film a palette update. So this is my perfect palette that you have seen me use for the last 2 years, I'm going to say. And I have many palettes. I have more expensive palettes, I have cheaper palettes, but this one just works for me. That's why I decided to have it in my shop, because I think it really ticks for me the most boxes and it just works. For me, it's perfect. I traveled with it. I paint in my studio with it. Yeah, I know for many of you, it also works really, really well. The greatness of this palette is that you can very easily combine poured paint from tubes into wells, and also either pans that you buy that they're already full or pans that you filled with paint. And the idea here is, or at least the reason it works so well for me, is because I have a large collection of watercolors. I like to experiment with different color stories. Some of you I know have different palettes for, you know, like one for florals, one for landscapes. So that makes a lot of sense. And this way I can put in the wells kind of my go-to colors, the one I would like to have in each palette, no matter my mood. And then I have the middle area that I can fill. Now, I also have traveled with this palette without the middle section because it is heavier. So without it, obviously the palette is much lighter. Now, a couple of months ago, the manufacturer made a change to this palette, and I just wanted to show you, and so you can make your own decisions. Like everything, you know, it has its pluses and its minuses. So here it is, everything you want to know and see, and then you can decide if this still is the palette for you. So this is the way it used to come, and the palette itself is exactly the same. The only thing that changed is the insert in the middle. Now, it also comes with this transparent mixing tray, which, to be perfectly honest with you, I don't really use because I don't feel I need it. It comes with a palette and it's a huge mixing area. I don't seem to need it, but that's just me. So this is, nothing is different, and the palette itself is not different. What is different is the insert. So it used to come with this metal insert, and I have here mine, and after 2 years of intensive use, it is rusting. This is the nature of water and metal. And so, you know, it's definitely a minus with the metal insert. Also, this is heavier than the new version. With plastic, you know, it's plastic. It's less sturdy. And I can't tell you, since it is new to me, I can't tell you, you know, how it will stand the test of time. What I do want to tell you is that if you have like a regular metal tin that you can find anywhere, the insert will fit here. Now, the inserts that come with these palettes have variations in size. And so some of them might not be a super snug fit. Some of them might be like a bit shaky. You can use some double-sided tape or something like this to stick them. But from my experience, and I have a couple of these, like quite a few, all of them will fit here. They might not be like a nice tight fit. So if you have these on hand, it's definitely worth trying. I can't tell you I would buy this like a metal tin with the insert specifically for this, because I can't tell you how nice the fit will be. But if you have it on hand, it's a definite possibility, and I know many of you have done that because you told me so. So there are ways around it if you don't really want to use the plastic insert. So let me show you how this insert looks. As I said, I just recently received my version, and so I can't tell you how it will last in time. But what I am going to do is I'm going to put this one here into my current palette, and so, you know, test it and see how it handles wear and tear, and I will keep you updated. So this one, unlike the metal tin, this one comes with like a sticky, I don't know if you can see, but it has like the sticky double-sided tape that keeps it pretty well stuck down. And I currently have in it these White Knights full pans that not White Knights, sorry, Aquarius, that I recently received. And I'm just going to put it down because it makes it easier to flip them out. So I just want to show you how this insert looks like. And then I'm going to set up the palette again with a mixture of colors so we can see if all the pans fit. And I did have one customer tell me that not all her pans fit in here. So I definitely want to test it. This is the plastic insert. As you can see, it has 3 rails. The middle one it's usually not one you can count on. You see that here with the metal one, I have here in the middle also a row of colors that they don't fit this way. It's like half pans that only fit lengthwise. So I can still fit quite a bit of them, but not as much as the top row. And I think this will be the case also with this one, but I will test it. So if you decide to order it, you don't have any surprises. Okay, so it does fit, but yeah, it fits. I have a magnet here because of the metal one. I would say if you don't want them to like move around, the best would be to use some sort of a sticky solution. But it does fit, like this pan fits, and I have to check. I have all kinds of, you know, different pans from different manufacturers, but the ones that I have in my palette seem to fit. The full pans are not going to fit. So for me, for now, this middle rail fits half pans, kind of lengthwise. But this is the same situation as the metal tin. So here, I think also in the middle, I can't fit. Yeah, they won't go in like full pans. So this is not really different from the metal tin. You know, the advantage of the plastic is that it is lighter and it won't rust, but I also don't know. It feels pretty sturdy. I don't think these will snap unless like these holders that you kind of snap the pans into them. But, you know, time will tell. I have, you know, full disclosure, I have nothing to hide. I want you to be happy with what you get. So let's see. Okay, so my half pans, they fit very tightly, which is not bad. It means they're not going to fly around the place for you. So this fits. I think this one is just a half pan that I bought and filled myself, that I bought empty and filled. It fits here too. It's quite a snug fit, but I'm not hating it. The only issue I can see is that maybe it'll break the plastic, but it seems pretty sturdy so far. Let's see with some full pans. So this one is a Winsor & Newton one. Yeah, so these fit also no problem. Don't think they will. Doesn't come out, it just moves around. But it doesn't fall out. And this one I think is an empty one. Oh, this was a Lucas pan, I guess. It says Lucas. Let's see if it fits. Yeah, it fits. It's quite big. The German pans seem to be the fattest ones. So you need a bit of muscle. and but it fits. It doesn't lie under these notches like the Winsor & Newton one does, but it does fit. Let's see what else I have here. Or my other palette has seen better days. So let's see. So this is just a pan that I filled myself. It also fits. It's a bit too high for the little notches. Like they're like tiny. There's like a tiny slight ridge for these plastic you know, holders, and you can see, I don't know if you can see, but they go over the Winsor & Newton pan, but these pans that I have here are kind of as tall, so they don't go over, but they are stuck in there. They are not moving anywhere, I think. Don't think they will be moving. Okay, I think what I'll do is I'll switch these around and kind of fill this with a selection of colors. And I'll show you how it looks. Then you can make your choices if this is the palette you want, or if you might consider one of the other solutions that I mentioned, such as using an insert from a regular metal tin if you have these on hand. So this one fits quite nicely. This is, I don't know where I bought it from. It fits without a problem. So to your consideration. So I'm going to set this one up and I'll show you all the colors that I added. So these I want for sure. This one probably also. This is my Winsor & Newton cobalt violet that I found, but I have here two cobalt violets. One of these is zoazite. This is zoazite. And the other one is bloodstone. They're both Daniel Smith pans. Okay, so these are pans that I bought, I think, at my local art store, and they fit perfectly. They like sit under this nice ledge and they fit perfectly. So I'm happy with that. And I don't know what are you? This is Undersea Green. I've also kind of been using it from Daniel Smith, so I'm going to add it. I know I want to add Dusk Yellow, which I have here, so that's nice. This is, I think this is some pan I took from like a cheap set of watercolors, and I took the color that came with it out and I poured which one I want. This one is sitting a bit crooked, so what I might do is stick it here in the middle. Bit of double-sided tape, so I'm going to add it here. I have here Fuchsite from Daniel Smith. It's another pan that I bought empty and filled. They seem to fit very nicely here. So here's my update. As you can see, I have set up this palette. I actually didn't really find any other colors I currently want to include in it, but let me just show you, let's zoom in as much as possible so you can see how the pans fit. Almost all of them fit without a problem. You can see that here I have the Lucas, I think these are Lucas pans, and they are just a bit taller than the other ones. I'm not even sure these are Lucas. I think maybe these are just like empty pans I had, but you can see they're taller, so they don't like fit under these little notches like this one does, but they're still, I think, pretty sturdy in place. The only pan I couldn't fit is this one, which is a Schmincke pan. It is also, I think it's just too wide to fit this way in this rail, so it only fits this way on the side rails. In the middle, it's again too fat. So I would say if you have a lot of pan paints from Schmincke, at least the half pans, then this might not be, you know, a great solution for you. and you don't have, you know, a extra metal insert you could switch around for this. But besides that, all the pans that I have that I've tried fit, and I didn't have a problem. And then in the middle row, I can fit another row of half pans like turned. You can see they're like parallel, not parallel, I don't know, sideways. So they fit, and you can't use a magnet because this is not metal. So I used like double-sided tape from my scrapbooking days to keep it in place. So that's my current situation, and I'm going to stay with the plastic insert and work with it and see if I have any issues with it. But it works for me. It works just as well. I think I can say that, just as well as the metal insert, without the, it is lighter and it's not going to rust. So I can see the advantages, but again, this might not be for everyone. Now the palette comes with, you can choose if you want 12 full pans, empty pans, or which is how I ordered mine, with 12 full pans that fit on the outside rails. In the middle, it won't fit in the middle. Or 24 half pans, which also fit on the outer rails like these two, and then in the middle you can insert more half pans, but this way, so not like this. And yeah, and then you can pour paint in them. So it just depends on how you use your palette and what kind of pans you had. As I said, I would say the only person who won't be able to make this work for them, like the plastic insert, is one that has, you know, bought Schmincke pans, because they're just like the dimensions of them are bigger than all of the other ones I have here. So I hope this is helpful, and please take all this information under consideration before you decide to purchase this. I just want you to know everything, and I want you to buy this only if it works for you. So for me, it's still a great option. It's just for the way that I paint, for the way that I use color, this is kind of the perfect solution, or as close to it as I can get. And I have tried so many palettes. So before that, I would say my go-to would be just like a regular metal palette, but I love the fact that I have these big wells for colors that I always use and use all the time, and it's just really nice to have a large deposit. So I hope this was helpful, and you can find this palette if you're interested in it. You can find it in my shop. That's it. Now I'm going to play around with it, mix some colors, and try some of these new ones that I added and see how I like them. So I'll see you soon in another video. Take care. Bye bye.